Well, folks, I suppose by now you've picked up on the fact that I enjoy telling stories. I get the biggest kick out of it. One of my early inspirations for storytelling was my Uncle Bob. He was a man larger than life, and I loved my Uncle Bob. He ran a slaughterhouse by trade out in Oregon, and he had 7 or 8 people at any given time that worked for him. I worked for him for about 3 days once during summer. I went out to Oregon, but I always gravitated toward him because you never knew what he was going to be up to or what he was doing. So, like I said, he had this slaughterhouse, and he would typically take a steer or a hog from a farmer. He would butcher it, and then he would give the farmer half of the animal, and then he would sell the other half to local restaurants and grocery stores. That's how he made his living. And in the back of his slaughterhouse, he had a smokehouse where he would smoke bacon and ham and chicken and turkey, whatever you want to smoke, he would take care of it for you. So this one year at Thanksgiving, a couple days before Thanksgiving, this lady shows up on his doorstep, and she had this 25, 26-pound turkey. And she said, say, Bob, she said, would you mind smoking this turkey? And he said, why, not at all. He said, I'd be happy to do that for you. He said, come by Thanksgiving morning about 10 o'clock. He says, I should be ready. I'll have it all set for you. So off she went, and Bob took the turkey, put it in the smokehouse. Well, he also went into town that day, and he bought a capon. Now, for those of you that might not be aware, a capon is a large chicken, more or less. So he takes his capon, puts it in the smokehouse that afternoon. When the gal came back on Thursday for her turkey, Bob took that capon, stuck it in the wrapper of the turkey. So he comes walking out with his capon in his hand, and this wrapper's hanging off the sides of it. And he says, say, Mabel, he says, this is the damnedest thing I've ever seen. He says, did you buy a cheap one? He says, this thing shrunk. And she was mortified. I guess she had about 10 or 15 people coming over to the house for Thanksgiving dinner, and she sees this capon, thinking it was a turkey that we got put in a smokehouse and shrank. Well, he let her stew on it for a little bit, and then he had his fun. He had a bit of a laugh and let it go at that time. God, that guy could think up stuff, and that's one thing I think that I carry on here, and always be grateful for Uncle Bob giving me my sense of humor. I've got a couple more Uncle Bob stories, so check back on the channel, and you'll find them under the Uncle Bob playlist. God bless you guys. Thanks for stopping by.